My beloved child. If these words have found you today, do not rush past them, because some messages seem to arrive only when the heart is finally quiet enough to receive them. Close your eyes for just a moment and imagine the warm embrace you have missed for so long, the gentle voice that always knew how to calm every fear before you even spoke it aloud. There is something I have wanted to tell you, something that could never fit inside a single memory or a single dream. You have searched for signs in ordinary days without realizing that the greatest gift was never a sign at all, it was the love that never stopped following you. Listen carefully, because every sentence carries a piece of the comfort you have been longing to hear, and before this message ends, one forgotten truth may change the way you remember everything. There were nights when you believed no one understood the silent battles hidden behind your smile. You stood in crowded places yet felt completely alone, wondering if anyone could still see the strength buried beneath your exhaustion. But if I could place my hand upon your shoulder one more time, I would whisper the same words I always wished you would believe: you were never as weak as you imagined. Every tear you tried to hide became proof that your heart was still capable of loving, hoping, and refusing to surrender. That quiet courage inside you has been growing in ways you cannot yet measure, and soon you will understand why every difficult chapter prepared you for a beautiful page that has not yet been turned. There is one memory you still carry that you rarely speak about. It visits you in unexpected moments, making you wonder whether you could have done something differently, whether one choice might have changed everything. My precious child, if I could answer that question for you today, I would ask you to release the weight you have carried for far too long. Love was never meant to become a chain around your heart. The greatest misunderstanding of your life has been believing that your past defines your future. It does not. The kindness you continue to show, even after disappointment, is writing a far greater story than regret ever could, and that story is only beginning to reveal its brightest chapter. Something beautiful is quietly moving toward your life, not because fortune suddenly changed, but because your heart has survived enough storms to recognize genuine peace when it arrives. You may not see it today, and you may not even notice it tomorrow, but one unexpected conversation, one unexpected opportunity, or one unexpected moment of clarity can change the direction of an entire season. When that moment comes, remember these words. Do not let fear convince you to walk away from the happiness you once believed belonged only to someone else. The greatest blessings often arrive softly, without announcing themselves, waiting for the brave soul who is willing to believe one more time. So whenever the world feels louder than your hope, remember the voice that loved you before success, before failure, before anyone else's opinion could shape your heart. Carry that love into every sunrise, every difficult decision, and every new beginning. Lift your head a little higher, smile a little longer, and keep moving forward even when the path seems uncertain. You are stronger than your doubts, kinder than your fears, and far more deeply loved than you realize. And before this journey continues, hold these words close, because the next part of this message reveals the one promise I have wanted you to remember all along. The promise that has been quietly waiting for the perfect moment to reach your heart. A quiet truth has been waiting patiently for this exact moment, because there is something I could never allow you to forget. Life has a way of making people believe that love disappears when they can no longer see it, yet the deepest love never follows the rules of distance or time. Every act of kindness you have shown, every time you chose compassion instead of bitterness, every moment you stood back up after believing you could not take another step, those moments have carried a reflection of the love that has always lived inside you. You may have questioned your worth when the world became silent, but your value has never been measured by applause, recognition, or the opinions of strangers. It has always been measured by the goodness you continue to protect, even when no one else notices. One day you will look back and realize that the moments you thought were breaking you were quietly shaping the strongest version of your heart. There is another reason these words have reached you now. Somewhere deep inside, you have been carrying questions that never found answers. You wondered why certain doors closed so suddenly, why certain people walked away without explanation, and why some dreams seemed to fade just as they were beginning to feel real. If I could answer every question, I would tell you that not every ending was a punishment. Some endings were gentle protection disguised as disappointment. The road ahead could not have unfolded the way it was meant to if you had remained where you once begged to stay. It is difficult to understand while you are standing inside the storm, but when you finally reach the other side, you will discover that every unexpected turn guided you toward a peace you never imagined possible. That realization will arrive quietly, and when it does, your heart will finally breathe without carrying the weight of "what if." I also want you to remember something you have forgotten about yourself. You have a light that refuses to disappear, even after seasons filled with sadness. People have felt comfort simply by being near you, even when you believed you had nothing left to give. Your words have encouraged someone who never told you. Your smile has lifted someone whose heart was quietly breaking. Your presence has reminded another soul that hope still exists. Never underestimate the unseen impact of the love you share so naturally. The world often celebrates loud victories while overlooking gentle hearts, but the quiet kindness you continue to offer has reached places your eyes will never see. Keep choosing that kindness, because one day its beautiful return will surprise you in a way you never expected, arriving through someone, somewhere, at exactly the moment you need it most. And now I want you to listen more closely than ever before, because this is the part one have carried within my heart for so long. Stop believing that your best days belong only to your memories. They do not. The chapters ahead still hold laughter you have never experienced, friendships you have not yet met, peaceful mornings you cannot yet imagine, and moments that will make you whisper, "Now I understand why I never gave up." When those days arrive, do not spend them looking backward. Welcome them with open arms, because joy does not replace the love you remember, it grows beside it. The heart is capable of holding both remembrance and new happiness at the same time. Never feel guilty for smiling again. Never apologize for finding hope again. Every beautiful moment you embrace honors the love that helps shape who you are. So keep walking with courage, even if your next step feels uncertain. Let your heart remain gentle in a world that sometimes forgets gentleness. Believe that every sunrise still carries possibilities you have not yet discovered, and never allow temporary darkness to convince you that the light has disappeared forever. Whenever you feel alone, remember these words and let them become a quiet strength inside you. The story of your life is far from finished, and the pages still waiting to be written contain moments of healing, peace, unexpected joy, and love that will arrive when you least expect it. Stay with this message, because what comes next will reveal the one memory I have always hoped would stay with you for the rest of your life. There is one memory I have always wished you would keep safe, even if every other detail faded with time. It is not about a special place or a particular day. It is the simple truth that you were always loved more deeply than you realized. Even during the moments when I could not solve every problem or erase every tear, my greatest hope was that you would never doubt how precious you were. If I could sit beside you today, I would remind you that your heart has always been stronger than your fears. The world may have tried to convince you that you needed to become someone else to be worthy of happiness, but that was never true. The kindness you carry, the compassion you offer, and the quiet courage you show when no one is watching have always been enough. Never trade those gifts for the approval of people who fail to see your value. There will come a day when something completely unexpected stops you in your tracks. It may be a familiar song, an old photograph, a place you have not visited in years, or even the sound of laughter that suddenly brings back a forgotten moment. At first, you may think it is only another memory passing through your mind, but look a little deeper. That moment will remind you that love never truly disappears. It changes the way it speaks to the heart. Instead of clinging to sadness, let those memories become gentle reminders that the beautiful moments you shared are still alive within you. They are not meant to keep you looking backward. They are meant to give you the strength to walk confidently toward everything that still waits ahead. I also want you to stop carrying the burden of trying to be perfect. You have spent far too much time believing that every mistake defines who you are. My precious child, every person stumbles. Every life contains moments of regret, confusion, and uncertainty. Those moments do not erase your goodness. In fact, they often become the very reason you learn to show grace to others. The compassion you have today was shaped by the difficulties you survived yesterday. One day someone will need the wisdom that only your journey could teach. Without realizing it, you are becoming the answer to someone else's silent prayer simply because you refuse to stop growing through every challenge that came your way. Before these words become only another memory, hold on to one final promise. Never believe that your story has already reached its most meaningful chapter. The pages ahead still contain surprises that will leave you smiling through tears, moments of peace that arrive after long seasons of waiting, and blessings that seem impossible until the very day they appear. Keep opening your heart to hope, even when hope feels quiet. Keep choosing love, even when the world offers bitterness. Keep believing that tomorrow can be brighter than today, because the greatest transformations often begin when everything appears ordinary. Your future is not waiting for perfection. It is waiting for your courage to take one more step. So whenever life feels heavy again, close your eyes for a moment and remember these words as though they were being whispered directly to your heart. Stand a little taller. Breathe a little deeper. Smile even if it is only for a second. Let gratitude replace fear, let hope replace doubt, and let love guide every decision you make from this day forward. You have already overcome more than you give yourself credit for, and the strength that carried you this far will continue carrying you into brighter days. The next part of this message holds the most personal truth of all, the one I have been saving until your heart was truly ready to receive it. The most personal truth I have been waiting to share is not hidden inside extraordinary moments. It lives in the ordinary ones you almost overlook. Every sunrise that gently touches your window, every quiet evening when you pause to catch your breath, every smile from a stranger that arrives when you least expect it, these moments remind you that life is still offering new beginnings. Do not spend so much time searching for dramatic signs that you miss the quiet miracles already surrounding you. Your heart has been asking for certainty, but sometimes the greatest answers come softly, growing stronger day by day until one morning you suddenly realize you are no longer carrying the same weight you once believed would stay forever. That is how healing often arrives, not with a loud announcement, but with a peaceful whisper that changes everything. There is something else I hope you will remember whenever doubt begins to speak louder than hope. Never compare your journey to anyone else's. You cannot see the full story behind another person's smile, just as they cannot fully understand the victories hidden behind yours. The steps you have taken, even the smallest ones, have required remarkable courage. You have continued moving forward through seasons when giving up would have seemed easier. That quiet perseverance has become one of the most beautiful parts of your story. Someday, someone will admire the peace you carry without ever knowing the storms you survived to find it. When that day comes, smile gently, because you will know the truth. Strength is often built in silence before it is ever seen by the world. I want you to carry one simple promise into every tomorrow. When fear tells you that you are running out of time, answer it with patience. When disappointment tells you to close your heart, answer it with kindness. When loneliness whispers that no one understands you, remember that love leaves lasting fingerprints upon the soul, and those fingerprints remain long after words have faded. You are surrounded by memories that continue to shape your courage, your compassion, and your ability to love deeply. Those memories are not meant to hold you still. They are meant to remind you that you already possess everything you need to face whatever tomorrow brings with confidence and grace. As you continue your journey, never forget that your life still holds unwritten chapters filled with laughter you cannot yet imagine, friendships waiting to blossom, peaceful mornings after restless nights, and quiet victories that will mean more than any applause. Keep your heart open to unexpected joy. Let gratitude become your daily companion. Believe that every new day carries the possibility of something beautiful, even if it arrives in the smallest way. One ordinary moment can become the beginning of an extraordinary season. Keep walking with hope, keep choosing kindness, and keep believing that your brightest memories are not only behind you, they are still waiting to be created.